All right, let's start breaking down all the games from last night, and nobody was kind of out on the town after all these games. So no more kind of coaches getting lap dances that I don't think we'll have to talk about. But here we go. Let's start here with the Jets and the Titans. And look at this, folks. The Jets get their first win of the season. Robert Saleh gets his first win as a head coach, and it came in pretty good fashion. And once again, Zach Wilson not looking the greatest out here, but this man made some absolute magnificent throws to get them in the game, to tie the game, to win the game. When it came crunch time, the man stepped up a little bit. But for overall, the course of the game still needs to kind of work it out. But, hey, he got that kind of elephant out of the way. Elephant in the room away by getting their first win, so we can definitely build upon this. But let's start talking. We can start talking about the Jets since they won the game. So let's start with them first. And if you've kind of been, watching Takes by Fans here, every single Jets game they don't put Zach Wilson's stat line on their website. We don't understand why. We don't know if this is just a little mistake, but it's every single week, folks. And he's the only quarterback that doesn't have his stats shown again. We kind of said, hey, maybe a little bit of a conspiracy theory here that the NFL is trying not to kind of showcase his bad stats, so they just kind of leave him off. But and just overall, his highlights were good, but I don't believe his stat line was that great. But let's get into his stats. I got to go to the Score Mobile here, bring up his stats, because like we said, they just don't do the Jets passing numbers, and this is the fourth straight game. We don't understand why. Zach Wilson is the only quarterback that they do that with. But here we go. He goes 21 of 34 for 297 yards, which is good. 2 touchdowns, which is good. He did throw the interception. Let's quickly see where this interception came in the second quarter, and the Titans only got a field goal off of it, and that's kind of why the Titans got out to a slow start in this game. They had to settle for field goal, and then the Jets finally got into the game here kind of mid-second quarter. Zach Wilson goes down, and they're able to score a touchdown, and then they're right back in the game, even though, the Titans scored 3 times. They were all field goals, so now it's only 9-7, and that allowed the Jets to really stay in this game and take advantage in the second half to really kind of just take over, tie the game, and win the game in overtime. But let's get its completion percentage up here. We like dealing with the actual number. So 21 of 34. We've got officially 61% completion percentage. That is still not really the mark we need to see. We really need to see like 64, 65% completion percentage out here. So Zach Wilson, yes, he made some flashy throws, and we're going to watch him. We'll watch him in a second. Just overall play from the first snap to the last snap, he definitely needs to clean it up. And once again, he's still a rookie. He's only 4 games in. He just got the first win monkey off of his back. So we'll definitely see what he can do next week, but we do need to see more growth. This is not like, all right, they got the first win. He had some big throws. All right, we're off and rolling. We're off and kind of truly buying Zach Wilson. We're not there quite yet, but we can definitely see him potentially getting there by the time this season is over. Hopefully, a little bit earlier, maybe a middle of the season, but we still can buy. We're still seeing some glimpses of goodness. I don't want to say greatness just quite yet, but we are still seeing some nice glimpses, nice leadership, staying cool, calm, collected out here. So let's skip to kind of the second half here. The Jets are down 9-7 at halftime. Winnable game right there. Nobody scoring right at halftime, and then the Jets get the field goal to have them take that 1-point lead. The Titans go right back down and score a touchdown. And what does Zach Wilson do now that they're down 17-10? Right back on a drive to go down and score a touchdown to tie up the game. That's fantastic to kind of go tit for tat there. Zach Wilson kind of stepping up, going toe-to-toe with Ryan Tannehill. Not a bad first step for him. And then the Titans go 3 and out on their following drive, and then Zach Wilson, once again, staying cool, calm, collected. They're able to throw a bomb down to Corey Davis, and we can watch this throw. Here we go. Let's watch this bomb to Corey Davis, and we love Corey Davis. We tell him to utilize Corey Davis all the time. And we obviously know he's their number one wide receiver, but watch this man just rolling out of the pocket, directing traffic. And then, yeah, we got to give credit to Zach Wilson for the throw, but can we give credit to Corey Davis for this amazing catch right here? I mean, don't get it twisted. Corey Davis is an A1 tier 1 wide receiver in this league, folks. And if Zach Wilson can start being, a lot better here, more consistent, this Jets team offensively can be real solid. I mean, double covered. Zach Wilson puts it right on the money. I mean, he throws this from his own 40-yard line, gets it all the way down to the goal line, folks. That's 60 yards. That's an absolute cannon by Zach Wilson, and that's why we have some buyability into Zach Wilson, because we see this, and if you can do this, you can teach him to do anything else here. The 10-yard, the 10-yard comebacks, the dink and dunks, whatever it is. If you could throw 60 yards in double coverage and put it absolutely on the money, you can definitely get bought in this league, and that's probably why this man got drafted second overall. Great catch by Corey Davis as well, and they go out in front. Big time play here by Zach Wilson. Yes, sir, the fired up, the energy, the team is loving it. So once again, people respect this man on the field. They like playing for him. Everybody's hyped up. They just took the lead. They're at home. Big play, bingo, bango, and everybody's kind of getting juiced up about it. So that's a great look there for Zach Wilson. So they end up taking the 24-17 lead, and then the Titans go down and make it a game. They ended up tying it right kind of at the very last second. They go into overtime, and then the Jets, they get into field goal range, and the Titans can't, and the Jets win the game because of that. So like we said, Zach Wilson steps up in some big spots in overtime, able to drive down the field. They didn't score a touchdown, but they were still able to drive and put the pressure on the Titans, and that's all that it took to win the game. So that's great by the Jets. Alrighty, another reason why that Zach Wilson had success and why we were waiting for this man to come back. Jamison Crowder ended up playing their number 2 wide receiver, and this is what happens when you have your full complement of wide receivers to play with. Zach Wilson kind of has his best game of the season, and they get the win. So he had his number 1, number 2, and number 3 wide receiver all playing in this game, and they all showed out. We just showed you the Corey Davis. That was the touchdown catch. We had Jamison Crowder, who had another touchdown catch, and this touchdown came to tie up the game in the fourth quarter, 17-17. And Jamison Crowder had a big old catch here in overtime. And what was it? I believe 3rd and 3. And then he had like a 11-yard catch. Here we go, 3rd and 3 at the Titans' own 20-yard line. He gives the ball to Jamison Crowder, and they're able to kind of extend it and have a chance to potentially put the ball in the end zone there to really kind of shut it out in overtime. But Jamison Crowder being there for the touchdown, that clutch touchdown, and then again in overtime, that's what we wanted to see. And finally, when Jamison Crowder is back healthy out here, he's making an instant impact. The Jets are able to move the ball decently throughout the entire game, and they're able to win the game. So once again, you need all of your receivers here, and now that all of his receivers are here, we can truly start gauging Zach Wilson a little bit more accurately here. So absolutely loved it. So the leading receivers for the Jets, Corey Davis, 4 receptions, 111 yards, 1 touchdown. We just saw that. Keelan Cole, 3 catches for 92 yards. Jamison Crowder, 7 catches for 61 yards and a touchdown. And then it's Tevin Coleman, 2 catches for 17 yards. But there they are, folks. Zach Wilson not dinking and dunking to his running backs, not, using the safety net and safety blanket of the tight ends, going to all of his wide receivers right here, folks. You got to absolutely love it. So well done to Zach Wilson, and now we can see if he can build off of this win. Who does he got up next week? Let's quickly take a look. Does he really have to step up his game? They got the Falcons next week. Okay, but so another kind of easier opponent to really kind of ease them into this game, or into this kind of league a little bit. So we'll see if he steps up and kind of builds off of this win. But an overall good performance. Let's quickly watch some of these other big throws that he had. Here we go in the third quarter as well, down 9-7. Zach Wilson escaping the pocket on 3rd and 6. It's 3rd and 6 and just launching it down. And there we got Keelan Cole or Jamison Crowder there. Keelan Cole. So Another big throw to a big-time wide receiver, and then here we go in overtime, going deep, and that time it is Keelan Cole again, folks, on 3rd and 2, and an absolute beauty. This might have been his best throw of the entire game, and I know that Corey Davis throw was absolutely immaculate, but here we go, just throwing it from the right hash all the way down to the left sideline on a nice hitch route. I mean, let's count the yards. He's throwing it from his own 35-yard line, getting it all the way down to, what do we got here? He's throwing it down to the other 30, down to the 25-ish. I mean, sheesh, what do we got? 25 and 15, 40 yards. I mean, absolutely right on the money, pinpoint accuracy. So when he had to step up to make the big-time throws in the fourth quarter in overtime, he absolutely did it. So well done by Zach Wilson for finally getting his first win of his NFL career. All right, now let's talk about the Titans. Obviously, they lost the game, lost in overtime. Unfortunately, could not kick the game-tying field goal. Or they did kick the game-tying field goal and ended up missing it. How truly unfortunate. And then the Jets just win outright instead of tying the game. But no Julio Jones, no A.J. Brown for this Titans team. So Ryan Tannehill not having his number 2 and number 1 weapons out here receiving-wise. So Ryan Tannehill goes 30 of 49 for 298 yards, 1 touchdown. He didn't throw a pick, which is great. But a little bit of a dink and dunk game just because he didn't have his receivers out there to go down the field. And we know Ryan Tannehill's an above average game manager quarterback in this league. He's not an A1 tier 1 quarterback that can kind of elevate tier 3, tier 2 weapons to tier 1 to get the most out of their production. So a little unfortunate there. He tried his damnedest, and I'll give him that, but kind of couldn't punch it in here. I mean, like we said, yeah, they were up 9-0 in this game, but could not score in the red zone right here, folks. 1st and 10 from the 19, 2nd and 10 from the 19, 3rd and 8 from the 17. Not punching it in, has to settle for a field goal. Their next drive, here we go. 1st and 10 from the 20, 2nd and 3 from the 13, 3rd and 1 from the 11. Can't punch it in, and they have to kick the field goal. And then again, after a Zach Wilson interception, we get a 1st and 10 from the 14, a 2nd and 6 from the 10, a 3rd and 6 from the 10. They can't punch it in, a field goal. If you punch it in there, you're up 21-0, and I don't think Zach Wilson's coming back down from 21-0. I like Zach Wilson, but I don't think he's coming back down from 21-0. Not a lot of quarterbacks can come back from down 21-0. So a little unfortunate there by Tannehill and the Titans not punching it in, not scoring touchdowns, having to settle for field goals. But Ryan Tannehill, 30 of 49. Let's get that completion percentage up once again, 61%. So basically on par with Zach Wilson, a rookie. We don't really want to compare anybody to Zach Wilson at this current moment. That's not a compliment to anybody. So Ryan Tannehill, he played good game manager. And, he let kind of Derrick Henry take over, which is always a smart option. Derrick Henry, 33. I love talking about Derrick Henry, folks. Damn, 33 carries. That's what we love. And I can guarantee you, we'll keep track since this is the first game we're breaking down for today. But I can guarantee no other team has 33 rushes by one single player. And I'll go out on a limb here. No team has combined 33 carries by all their running backs. Maybe potentially the Browns because they got 2 great ones, and maybe they get close to 33, but I don't think they go over 33. So we will kind of track that as we break down every other game. But yeah, you rely on Derrick Henry, 33 carries, 157 yards, doing his thing. 1 touchdown was the game-tying touchdown at the end of the game, 2-force overtime. So clutch Henry, we all know that. So Derrick Henry got it done there in the rushing game. Let's see who Ryan Tannehill was throwing the ball to since he didn't have his number 2 and number 1 receivers out there. So we get Jeremy McNichols. 8 catches for 74 yards. We had Chester Rogers, 5 catches for 63 yards. Josh Reynolds, 6 carries for 59 yards. Nick Westbrook-Akeen, 3 carries for 29 yards. And then their tight end, Anthony Fursker, 3 catches for 23 yards. Derrick Henry also had 2 catches for 20 yards. But did y'all recognize any of the names that we just read off besides Derrick Henry and Fursker? No? Okay, then. So, unfortunate loss here by the Titans. So, no need to panic. They were still in this game, and unfortunately losing to the Jets for their first win is never great optically, but I don't think there's any true reason to bail on this Titans team. They didn't have Julio, they didn't have A.J. Brown, and they still only lost by 3 in overtime. That's still pretty solid on the road. Not bad out there. So Titans took an L, unfortunately. Very well done by Zach Wilson for getting his first win of the season. And then Robert Saleh with some praise for Zach Wilson after the game, saying, quote, he was aggressive when he needed to be. Believe it or not, he was boring when he needed to be. And yeah, he was absolutely boring in that kind of first half when they really weren't doing anything. And that's exactly what Robert Saleh just said. He was aggressive when he needed to be. When that deep shot was there, he took it. And we talk about it all the time, extending the field vertically. I can think about Teddy Bridgewater not doing that yesterday. Unfortunately, got kind of knocked out mid-game, unfortunately, but still, he still was not airing it out. And when it came second half, when their backs were against the wall a little bit, they were down in the game, Zach Wilson was airing it out, letting it loose, and playing kind of freely, and that's exactly when he was at his best. So hopefully Zach Wilson learned a lot from this game. Hopefully they can build upon that, and we'll see if this is for real with Zach Wilson. If he's trying to kind of compete for Rookie of the Year, we'll see.